Without boring you with theory, let's now get into action. So I've chosen a clip here that is around 30 seconds long, and I'm going to add it in order to implement some of the media that I've chosen, some from Google, some from my asset pack, and some text that I'll explain while creating. So let's get started and let's watch this video.
We describe someone's identity. We say, hey, he's honest, he's hardworking, he's a real estate agent. That's how we describe them. So let's translate those. He's honest. He states the facts. He's hardworking. You complete tasks as fast or faster than expectations you agree to. The real estate agent, someone who represents buyers and or sellers in real estate transactions. All right, that's the identity. But everything that we use to describe the identity are things the person does.
We will now use this clip, and to do that, I'll first import all the media that I've chosen. I have now gone ahead and synced all the media that I have to the clip. What I want to do now is extract the audio. To do that, you right-click, and here you click Extract Audio, and you will have the audio on the audio panel. For now, we will leave it like that. The only reason I'm doing that is because I want to cut some parts of the clip so that we can see the glowing icon. Look at this.
He states the facts.
I'll do it right here as well, and this is what it looks like.
He's hardworking. You complete tasks as fast or faster than the real estate agent, someone who represents buyers and or sellers in real estate transactions.
What I will do now is caption this whole thing. To do this, I will highlight the rest of the timeline, right-click on one of the clips, and then click Deactivate Clip. You can also use V, which will deactivate the clip. This function basically tells the editing software that there is nothing here, so that now when we click on text and simply click on Auto Captions, and it is going to caption the whole video, not the part that is deactivated. Now let's customize the text. Whenever I'm creating a new video, I always make a different text. So right here I will click uppercase so that all the letters become uppercase. Then I will add a bit of stroke. I will go with a black one and make it like that. I will also increase the size of the text. Then I don't really want a background because I don't think it fits really well, so I'll just remove it. I could add a bit of glow, white one, go with low intensity and low range. I don't want it to be too evident. And then I'll add a shadow because I really like shadows on text. As you can see, it's really smooth and almost unnoticeable. I will leave the opacity on 80. I will slightly improve the distance, and that's it. There is also another option, which is curve, but I don't like it as it doesn't look really professional. Therefore, I won't use it. If you want, there are plenty of effects which are pre-made text, and you can use them. For example, if I choose this one, I can then go in the basic and then tweak them. So I can tweak the glow. I cannot add strokes or shadows because the preset doesn't allow me to, but I can use some curve if I want, or do something along that line. I usually make my own text, and if it comes out great, I can also save it as a preset so that I can use it later. Another thing that I forgot to do is change the font. I think I will go with this Montserrat because I really like this. I don't need to highlight all the text because since I have used auto captions, all this text is linked together, and I just need to tick this box, apply to all. As you can see, the font changed for every single subtitle. Before doing anything, I will save this as a preset. I will click the right space and click OK. And now every time I want to use this kind of font, I will find it just by going on Add Text, Presets, and it's right here. There are some captions that are not ideal. As you can see, this one goes out of the screen. And there are multiple ways to avoid this issue. One of them being remaking all the captions manually, which is the longest and I don't suggest. One of the fastest one that allows you more control is going on captions. And then you simply left click and then hit enter, and you do it until you have either made 1 word subtitles or you might want to do 3 word subtitles, whatever you want. This allows you more control, as you can see. A faster way to do this is either going on templates and choosing one template that has this kind of text showing word by word or whatever you prefer. Or you can go on animation, you go on captions, and you click on bounce out. And if you see now, you can put this in the middle.
It's a real estate agent. That's how we describe them.
And as you can see, just by putting that kind of animation, we have 1 word subtitles.
So let's translate.
This only applies to the subtitle that we applied the animation to. If I want the effect to be applied to the whole captions, I can highlight all of them, animation, bounce out, and this is what it looks like.
He states the facts.
I am not going to use the bounce out though, because I don't want one-word subtitles. I want combinations that are more engaging, so I'll go ahead and click on none, go back on captions, make around 2-word subtitle. Now that we have the subtitles made of 2 words max, what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut all the A-roll. I forgot to explain what the A-roll is. The A-roll is the main footage. In this case, Alex talking with his presentation, where there is the presentation and there isn't Alex. I'm using the left and right keys to move frame by frame. I'll just cut, go forward, and there we go. We now have only these 3 parts of A-roll. Therefore, we will have to fill this space and this space. Meanwhile, for this space is a bit easier because we have this kind of media. For this one, we don't. Let's start from the first seconds. Here we have to say he's honest, he's hardworking, he's a real estate agent. The way we're going to fill this black space is going to be by adding a background, and then I will slightly modify this text. So the first thing to do is uncheck apply to all so that we don't ruin the whole captions. And now we click 1 point so that it looks like it's the first thing on the list. We put it here, and then I think a good color for honest is green, since it is a good quality. So we put honest. We can also change the color of the one if we want to. Let's see if we manage to find something good. I think I changed my mind, and I'm going to keep the one colored yellow and the quality is colored white. So let's stick with that for now. Then we move this upwards and we make it long until the end of the clip. Then we have hardworking. So to do this, we go right here in the captions and they go together by hitting backspace. We put it in the center. We make it bigger. We click the 2. And then to copy the same yellow that we used before, we go right here. We highlight the 1. We copy this number right here. Then we go back. We go on 2 and we have the same yellow. Then I also want to make them aligned. So I'll do something like this. Make this a bit bigger. I will also move this upwards and make it as long as the clip. I will also remove is because it's a verb and doesn't really fit well. We also have he's a real estate agent. So let's go with this. And then let's remove this part right here. So we have only real estate agent. We make it bigger. This text 3 point. We put it right here. We highlight the 3, we go color, copy and paste. And we have the same 3. So this is what we have.
He's honest, he's hardworking, he's a real estate agent. That's how we describe them.
Which is perfect. The only thing that I'd add is an animation when the text enters. And now we need to add an animation. Let's try with slide up. I think it might work well. Let's see how it turned out.
Honest, he's hardworking, he's a real estate agent.
I'd say it's honestly perfect. I am now questioning the yellow though. Let's see if a green could work well here. I actually think that green works better here, so I will copy this number and then go on the other numbers. Let's look at the final result.
Hey, he's honest, he's hardworking, he's a real estate agent. That's how we describe them.
Which is perfect. And now we have to add this translate here. I will remove this and add the Google Translate when it says translate. And the way I'll do it is by putting scale to the minimum at the start, so it's invisible. We put a keyframe, then we go forward, put another keyframe. We put the scale to around 35, then we go a bit forward, and we reduce the scale once again. Now let's see how this looks.
So let's translate those. He's honest.
Perfect. This has created this cool pop effect. Let's watch it once again.
So let's translate those.
Okay, now we have put the Google Translate here. He's honest. And now we have to create this B-roll in a better way. Let's copy and paste this background because I love it, honestly. So that we give a background to this stuff. Let's put honest in the middle. Let's make sure that it's completely at the bottom at the start. We put a keyframe and then we go forward and we move it upwards more than where it should be. It will create a keyframe automatically. Then we move a bit forward once again and we go slightly below. Let's see how this looks like.
He states the facts.
Decent, but we can make this better. So let's open these graphs by using Alt-K. Again, if you didn't watch my course on keyframes, I highly suggest this because it allows you to make really cool intros. I will move this slightly afterwards and then click Auto Curve, on every single one of them. And let's see how this looks like now.
He states the facts.
It's good. The only issue is that I have changed the X and not the Y. So let's change this right away. And what I mean by this is that the X should always be 0. I only want it to move vertically, not horizontally. And the X is what determines the horizontal movement. The Y is what determines the vertical movement. So now let's go on the Y and click auto curve on every single keyframe. And let's see how this looks like.
He states the facts.
Perfect now. A really good intro. Now, once he's done here saying that he states the facts, I want him to start moving to the left. So let's hit a keyframe on everything. Then we go forward and we make him slightly smaller right here. And let's see how this looks like.
States the facts. He's hard work.
Perfect. And now we want this to pop up from the bottom. So since I don't want to recreate the animation, since I really like this one, there is no need to recreate another one that is the exact same. What I will do is click on the animation here on the graph. Then I will click on the first keyframe. Then by holding Ctrl, or if you're on Mac, Command, you click on every single keyframe so that all of them are highlighted. Then you hit Ctrl+C so that you copy them. Then you go at the start of the clip and you paste. And you have the exact same animation. Now the only thing that I don't want is it to go to this side. And to do that, I just remove this minus and it ends on the right side of the screen. I don't want this to disappear. Let's see how this looks like now.
He states the facts. He's hardworking. You complete tasks.
That's perfect. I just want this to happen a bit sooner. Let's look at it.
He states the facts. He's hardworking. You complete tasks.
This is absolutely perfect. Now we want this to be dragged until the end of the clip. We are going to hit Alt-K so that the keyframe animation disappears. And now we have to do the same thing for the real estate agent, which is a bit harder because the image is lower quality and it's not as good as the ones in my assets bag. So to do that, I will make this smaller. I will go forward and make it pop right here. Keyframe is created. I go a bit further and I put it down. Let's see how this looks like.
As you agreed to. The real estate agent.
Now let's go on the keyframe animation. Let's go on the Y, which is the one that we use the most because Y, again, represents vertical movement. We click on auto curve on every keyframe, and this should be way smoother. Let's see.
You agree to. The real estate agent, someone who represents buyers and or sellers in real estate transactions.
This is all perfect, but the image is looking a bit static towards the end. So what I will do is highlight every clip and click Alt-G. This will create a compound clip. And to this clip, I will be able to add later some effects that will add movement. But since effects are for the next lesson, let's stick to text and graphics. Okay, let's look at this once more.
States the facts. He's hardworking. You complete tasks as fast or faster than expectations you agree to. The real estate agent, someone who represents buyers and or sellers in real estate transactions. All right, that's the identity. But everything that we use to describe the identity are things the person does.
For this lesson, you have learned how to create text animations, how to create your own text, how to create your own text presets, how to create compound clips, animations with keyframes, the basics, and how to caption videos in a matter of seconds. You have also learned how to use templates and effects.